This post is to convince you to book a free coaching call and start doing some one-on-one coaching with one of our certified Yogapreneur business coaches. Here's why, and I've been thinking about this a lot. In a roundup not that long back, we talked about this concept from Daniel Pink. He was a person who went and did a bunch of research. He collected 1,600 plus different regrets from people, and it made me think about any regrets that I would have. And I like the idea of like no regrets, but I feel like the no regrets thing when it comes to business is like letting yourself off easy. It's letting yourself off the hook. When he talked about these regrets that he collected, he came up with these 4 core regrets. I've got them written down here. So the 4 core regrets were foundational regrets. That would show up as, if only I had done the work. Boldness regrets, if only I had taken the chance. Moral regrets, if only I had done the right thing. And connection regrets, if only I had reached out. And these to me hit hard because I have definitely felt them in my life. And his words, not mine, is that these create this sort of photographic negative of what the good life is. If you know what your regrets are and you look at them critically, it also helps you identify what you value the most. And that's why having a coach, being a yoga entrepreneur, and getting the help you need and taking the action that's necessary, I think is really important, and why I'm making this video. Because the whole reason we start a yoga business in the first place is to have good personal lifestyle, to make good money, to feel like we have positive impact in the world, and to help people improve their lives at its core. There's a lot of other ways to just make a buck. This is a totally different thing. It's a lifestyle choice. It's a high impact in other people's lives. And I can think through my entrepreneurial career many times early on where I did look back and say, if I had only done the work. And the second one being the sort of boldness. If I'd only taken the chance and like just gone for it in this way. And where that's actually come up has been less around me failing at something personally and way more around what a bunch of wasted time. We'll do something and accomplish something. And this happened in my yoga studio as well. In our last studio, it was like, at some point, this epiphany hit me like, we've got to get smart about this business thing in a whole nother way. We've got to get really good at it. I need to find someone who's way better at this than me. We need to find the courses, the education, and we need to do the implementation on it because we started to grow. And then I had looked back at the other studios that we had built and managed and realized these studios have been around for 10 years plus, and like the owner's still not really making a bunch of money and not crushing it and doesn't have the lifestyle that they want. And now they're kind of craggy and salty and their enthusiasm is waned. That sucks. I don't want to be that person. So I almost had this weird like regret for them epiphany moment is the point. But the bottom line was we got smart about it, developed the Yogapreneur business method, and then continued the development of it while we were traveling around, working with owners and helping them improve their businesses. And then it's gone further than that, and it works. And I just remember thinking like, man, if I had done this earlier, if we hadn't waited to then have the pain and the problem of realizing we weren't where we wanted to be, and then went and figured this out, if we had just done it in the first place, if we had just put in the work then, I'm like, we'd be so much further ahead now than where we are. Even when you're happy, you're like, you just know that potential is there. So this is a long-winded way of getting to, I think as a yoga entrepreneur, when you're looking at coaching, the thing that sometimes happens is we coach with a studio for a year or two and their business doubles and they finally take a vacation. And one of the stories, we had a business owner, they worked with us for a year, their business doubled, they suddenly were paying themselves a regular paycheck, they had optimized and automated so much in their business that they had time, etc. But the cool thing was they posted a picture and sent it to us of their teeth. They had the dental surgery that they needed and sort of got their new teeth that they needed because their teeth were broken and had problems from other things in their life from before. And they had never been able to commit to the expense associated with that because amidst the studio and like all their other house bills and their kids and stuff like that, it felt like a luxury item. But then their business was so strong And they were so empowered as an individual entrepreneur, they realized, no, not only can I afford this and it's no big deal, but I need to do this and it's an empowerment for me. And that to me, like, was the best thing ever. That's the positive lifestyle that you want. That's how your vehicle is, that's how your business that is a vehicle for you to have that stronger positive lifestyle. Or we had a studio owner. She had been in business for 10 years of time. And when we started working together, she straight up said, like, I just don't think there's more. I'm like hitting the ceiling of what the business is. And the very first thing that I said was, no, there's definitely more here. It was very obvious that there was. Ceilings in yoga business don't exist. If you're hitting a ceiling, you're hitting the ceiling only within the context of the current paradigm of your operational status. Ceilings are only there based on how you currently operate. That's why when a coach comes in and they can challenge your operations and challenge what you're doing, the ceiling disappears and then you grow again. Same person, only 8 months later, has this beautiful post where they left on vacation for a week with their friends and took a second vacation in the same month with their family. So like took their first vacation in a decade for a couple of weeks of time, no contact with the studio at that point, and bonused themselves $17,000 in that same month. That was $17,000 on top of their salary pay and the profit for the business and everyone else getting paid. So they just had a totally different viewpoint of what their business could be. Coaching lets you leapfrog forward. And that's why this is a call to action for you to think about signing up for some coaching and getting help. It's someone else who's in your corner, because let's be honest, it's a little isolating at the top running your yoga business, and your friends, family can be really loving and supportive, and your staff as well. They like the yoga part, whatever. But to say that they like get it all the way and have the stress and the weight of the business on their shoulders just is probably not very true. Your coach, and why the YC coaches are so special, they get it. They own a yoga business and have owned yoga businesses that are successful. Success defined as wasn't some side hustle they just did for fun and made a buck or whatever else. Like this was how they made their living, how they survived. They've stood there and had the conversation at the desk with the person you have. They've dealt with the staff just the way you have. They get what you're doing. That combined with their training and our methodology and what we're doing in coaching as well is designed to build your business in a way that you are autonomous from your business and your business produces positive profit. Profit being you're paid, everything's paid, and the business is making money. So you're shifting out of the cycle of sacrifice and this feeling in your business like you've purchased yourself a job. Get rid of that shit. Let's make the business be this entity that's strong by itself. And coincidentally, every business that does that, they have more people practicing at a higher frequency, more positive reviews, more positive testimonials. So it also has a higher impact on your local community and people as well. If you fast forward, we talk about visioning in your business and you say, where am I going in 5 years from now? This is where I want to be. One thing that has empowered me, and it's kind of weird, is the idea of fear setting. And one technique of fear setting is look at if you get to 5 years from now and it went wrong, what does it look like? For me, it going wrong is being there and looking back and saying, I should have done more work. I should have taken that chance. I should have invested. I should have spent the time working on it because I know that that would have helped me, but I just was too scared to take the action and to do it. If I project myself forward and think about what I would feel like personally in that moment, it's terrible and it is not in my highest image. So I can't allow myself to do it, which empowers me to take the action right now, to get the help that I need right now, to do the work that I need right now. When you sign up with a coach, it's not just that we have knowledge or some special technique or some one-size-fits-all magic pill, silver bullet thing. That's not how we roll. We have proven best business strategies within certain parameters that we look at your business critically and choose the ones that are going to work the best for you. But the reason we say coach instead of consultant is the coach is never going to work with you and say, here's some good ideas, Josh, go ahead and try this out. They're going to instead critically look at your business with you, come up with the right strategy, create the prioritization of approach, create the task list that needs to be done, and then work on those tasks with you, and most importantly, hold you accountable to accomplishing those tasks. Knowledge isn't power. Knowledge put into action is power. And that's part of what the coach does, is to help make sure that you never get to a point where you say, I wish I had just done the work. Because if that would feel terrible for me, I know it would feel terrible for you. And part of the mission that the coaches are here for with you is to make sure that you never get to that point. It's also going to make sure that you never look back and have that boldness regret where you think, I wonder if I had only done this, or I wish I had only tried that. I wish I had taken the chance. Just eliminate those from possibility with your yoga business. Our mission statement is we're going to help 1,000 studios grow to 30% more profit in the next 2 years. We're on track for that right now. This is a call to action. It's time for you to sign up and do some coaching. If you haven't done some coaching yet, do it. If you're done with the video, you can turn it off now. Here's how coaching works real quick. Our standard coaching program takes you through our foundational elements to make sure that your business is prepared to accept students in and transition those students from being a first visit person to a long-term member. That has to be in place before anything else matters. Beyond that point, we're looking at your bigger vision, your bigger plan, and we're reverse engineering from there on what are the most important pillar things that have to happen in your business, that have to get in place to accomplish that. And we're filtering that strategy through autonomy. You and your business are not the same thing. You are separate. So we need to separate you from your business. You are going to build your business as the machine and maintain the machine, make sure that it's awesome, but get your freedom back with that as well and be able to actually get paid from the business properly as well. We have different cadences. Our standard cadence is you're meeting with upfront. It's like way more intense that you're meeting with your coach, but then we can make it a little bit more relaxed as we go. So there's different cadences, but you have a standard coaching time set up and scheduled. We block that out for like a whole year in advance, so it's just yours. So you're not thinking about things, you don't have to schedule stuff, you don't know where anything is. You just, like clockwork, you're on there with your coach. You have that 1-point coach with you. They're in your corner fighting with you, helping you improve everything. But with that said, you're not locked in. There's no minimum commitment. We don't do anything fishy, nothing like that. Because the reason people stick with coaching is because it works and we grow your business. And because you need that other person who's there. You don't have to go it alone. That other person who's there helping you with it. And then the final benefit that I'll point out with this that's very unique in the Yogapreneur Collective, and it's something that's taken us a decade to develop and is really important. I've hired coaches my whole life in business. And very often I would hire a coach because I needed help with a specific thing. And what I learned was that I needed to find a coach who is a pro at that one specific thing. The problem with that, though, is that coaches think they can do everything, and they often are only good at a specific thing. When you run a yoga business, the specific thing is someone who understands what yoga business is, because it's got some weird quirks and nuances, let's be honest, that don't exist in other realities, number one. And number two, unique to the Yogapreneur Collective coaches, we also have each other. So we have a weekly meeting with myself and all of the coaches. The coaches have their coach's success officer behind the scenes helping them administratively. They go through our in-depth training. We have like a mastermind situation. We're in a Slack channel together. So you won't run into the situation with our coaches where their unique expertise is limited in their ability to help you, because they know exactly the business that you're doing, they know exactly what to do, and if they ever run into a roadblock with you, they have the hive mind of all of the rest of the coaches and myself and our extended team to help out, even to the point that if I personally have to jump in and do a call with you to help with something that the coach needs, and we have the culture of we ask for help from each other, then that'll happen. We've got your back. All right. I'm going to post down below the link for you to sign up for a free coaching call. Your first call is free. It's just to chat about what are you dealing with in your business and help figure out what the best next steps are and explain to you how the program works. It is a coaching call. You will walk away with like actionable, tangible, awesome things to do. So if you're running a yoga business, a yoga studio right now, and you're ready to take things to the next level, now is the time. The industry is growing, and this is for the people who take action right now. Now is the time that it's going to set you up for the next 10 years of this enormous growth that I think that we're going to see in this industry. Click the link, book it up. If you stuck it through this far, thanks. Talk to you soon. Peace.